Hello everybody, welcome back to AI War Fleet Command. It's time to take a little bit broader look in the galaxy, and I've got a surprising plan for this early in the game. But first, let's take a look at a few things that we've got scouted. We're up to about 33, 34 planets out of 80, somewhere in the vicinity of 40% of the galaxy. We still have not found any of the showdown devices. But we certainly have found some, and probably not as many of the Spire civilian leaders either as I would have expected. Have found some other things. Now, Tethys is still a big target, but again, we don't have the energy for the starships. We need to take that down yet. We need to expand some other places first. We have found some more things, like, for example, Falcorum here, Mark IV planet, and this shows off the planetary subcommander deal. You can see it's mostly empty. But over here, by the command station, it is decidedly not empty, and there actually is no traditional-looking command station. It's actually this thing right here. You can see Missile Command Station. This particular command station is a fortified version mounting several heavy missile launchers. You can see it fires every 3 seconds, 5 missiles that do almost 2,000 damage each. So not horrible, but pretty significant. It's got a whole bunch of Spire shield guard posts around here. It's got a Mark III force field, ion cannon, etc. So this particular one, planetary subcommander, and I've seen others do this as well, just wants to pack everything in here in this one spot and force you to fight it all at once. So that definitely would make this a more difficult target to attack if we in any way wanted to do that. I think I'm probably going to avoid that at least for quite a while. And we found a couple other versions of those. Then, complicating things further are the, let me see if I can find one here. There we go. The Dire Guardian layers, and we're eventually going to want to take one of these out. Now, our scout got in here but was destroyed right away. There's a Spire civilian leader in here in Titania, but there's also this thing. This is the Dire Guardian layer. Sits dormant unless its own planet is put on alert or taken, which means even aggravating the nearby systems is going to cause. Then, while awake, it'll gradually construct fearsome Dire Guardians that can wreak havoc on human forces. We can destroy the layer to prevent those gradual productions, but then it'll pump out multiple Dire Guardians at once. This is not captured when we capture the planet, and it does not cause any AI progress by destroying it. It's simply the Dire Guardians themselves are the issue here. So that means, like, say this is Titania. We don't want to mess with anything nearby, which would include John Lee, which has a Mark IV Starship Constructor. This also has Mark IV Starship Constructor. Both of them are B secondaries. And if we look at nearby, Hyperion, there's nothing quite as dangerous. So I think rather than having a system bordering on the Mark IV, I'd rather take the Mark IV. That'd be better in the long term. But again, we probably don't want to bite that off. That's a little more than we can chew at this point. But Hyperion's a target. That'll get us our Advanced Starship Constructor. And then it'll also avoid, like, we won't have to take John Lee, which would trigger this. But we're eventually probably going to want to capture this anyway because of the Spire civilian leader. So down here there's some interesting stuff. We've got Mark II radar jammer and a Zenith power generator in the one and only T. But they're both parked right on the wormhole to M Shadowy. So we need to deal with that, and we don't even have that scouted yet. So again, this is a little bit further away. Our scouting has taken us 4 jumps away from any of our systems, which is a pretty good amount. We're just not quite out far enough to deal with that. Then over here in Bespin is one of the advanced factories. So I'm strongly considering taking this at some point. It's a Mark III system with a Mark IV ion cannon. So once again, we need the same thing we need for Tethys. We need starships for that. So what do I want to do here? Well, I'm actually going to go after the AI coprocessors, which is weird to do it this early in the game. But we've got one on Adiona. We've got one on Yavin. We already know about those. Another one is in Pallas, and the 4th one is in Fortuna. It's really weird to have found all 4 of them scouting less than half the galaxy. But, you know, that's the situation that we are currently in. And I really think that this is probably the best approach for us. Now, in order to do that, I'm going to have to disband a few things. I've already gotten rid of all my excess scouts. And I just need to, I think I'm going to be a little bit short on energy for the raid starships I'm going to need, and then also I'll need a single assault transport. I think I want to take those, and then I was thinking I'm probably going to want to grab Yavin here. It's only got the one Mark III over here with nothing too dangerous in it that we're going to tick off. And then our Chandra, which is already on alert, so putting it on alert accomplishes nothing there. Taking this seems sensible to me, even though it has almost no metal, but we'd be taking it for the energy, not the metal. And then I thought about an Adiona. Well, do I want to capture that? It's got a Mark IV system right next to it, and it's got the raid engine. So I think the answer to that is no. I thought about taking out the warp gate just so that it couldn't send raids into the homeworld. But I think with the one AI sending exo waves, I'm not too concerned about raids into there, at least at this point. And then so, of course, the question is, well, gee, do we even want Yavin? And, you know, that's kind of an open question. So I'm going to ponder that a bit. Just because the low metal, I might want to get a more lucrative option if I don't care about the warp gates. But I definitely want to take out the AI coprocessors. Our AI progress is up to 60. Just a bit ago, we hit our first hour, which meant the first 10 AI progress from all the Spire civilian leaders. And this will knock us down well below the floor once we get rid of all these. So that should put us on an even better footing AI progress-wise going forward. Alright, I'm going to take these one at a time, and this is nearby Adiona. You can see the raid engine already firing, so we will get one group of there. It'll probably be just added to the threat. But I just want to hit these one at a time. There we go. And now we can get out and try to go to the next one. And of course, I'll want to get to them fairly quickly so that the increased AI progress level does not cause us any issues. Goes up 20 with each hit, of course. And Yavin is next, making our way across the system here. Activate. Go to it. Boom, another 20 AI progress. And we'll get out once again. So far, we've managed to get through the first couple systems here without losing any raid starships. Alright, Palace a few jumps away, and we lost the assault transport on the way in here because of the distance. And also because of some attacks that happened to it. And we get in here and we've got the Devourer Golem, which I wasn't trying to run into. So I think we just kind of hang out here. Yeah, I don't know if we can get to this while staying out of its firing range. So I think I just hang out here and wait for it. I don't seem to have much option in that. There we go. It has now jumped out and we can get down to business. And I doubt that we make it back safely, but you know what? We're going to try. And of course, we only have the one left up in Fortuna. It'd be an interesting adventure to see if the transport even makes it there. Well, here we are in Velius. We triggered the raid engine again on our way through. We're trying to get to Fortuna to knock out that coprocessor, but we didn't quite get there. Our transport died in here, so we're going to try to leg it through the rest of the way. Needless to say, I don't expect our raid starships to totally survive the journey. Ah, yes, deep strike warning as well. But to heck with all of that, let's come over here. I don't care what happens to these ships so long as they take it down. There it is. Minus 105. We are down to the floor. And in fact, we would be at 15 if you take away the fact that there's a floor. So we're actually 9 AI progress below the floor. We started out at 60 when we went around to do this. So, successful mission, even if it's probably not going to end too well to the raid starships. I got 2 of them back safely from the last thing, but that's probably not going to happen here. Now, in between the last coprocessor in Palace and this one, AI threw a fit. And, you know, did another EXO. They're doing one here. And, you know, so the whole vengeful thing is playing out, and they attacked in Melpomene. I'm sure that'll happen again. We took care of it last time. I expect I'll be able to take care of it again. We can, yep, there's reprisal warning level 1. Okay. And once we get that cleaned up, our metal's near maximum, so we'll need to decide then where are we going to hit next? And I'm not going to rebuild the raid starships. Instead, I'll turn this back on and rebuild the few fleet ships that I had destroyed to make room for them. And here we go. Let's have some fun. I think this is going to be the biggest attack on our homeworld yet, but I'm also not too terribly worried about it. And for the moment, we will stop our auto FRD so we don't just donate engineers and rebuilders to the cause. And of course, we're going to have the auto bombs first. And they're now gone. We've got a Mark II flagship. Overall, we've got a few hundred ships and more still coming in, a few more. Got a Lightning Guardian, a flagship, but you know, a lot of fighters, bombers, frigates, the usual early game stuff. And the anti-sniper turrets are essential, but I do have them up covering everything. I've added a third one right here in the middle so that I have full coverage. And I imagine we should be able to clean this out and definitely have a net positive in metal. Now you see that we don't have any left of these. A Mark III plasma siege. Well, that could be a little bit more troublesome. But almost everything is in here now. And there's our reprisal going to Giannis, and it's pretty decent size itself. That was a Mark II reprisal. So this is, we're going to be able to handle this, but this is not one to be taken totally lightly for this point in the game. See, Mark IV, Mark V for a few ships. And it looks like their angle of attack here is slightly escaping. Let's see. Oh, nope. We are getting those with our grav turrets yet. They've eliminated all of our tractor beams on that side. And fortunately, not that many of them getting through over here, because if it was more significant numbers, I'd be more concerned. And that's pretty much everything nearby. I'll take a look at that Janus wave when it comes in, but we should be able to clean this up quite routinely. And here is Janus. Whole bunch of missile frigates, which doesn't excite me, but most of them are Mark I. I'm guessing our spider turrets, due to their slow speed, our spider turrets should be able to immobilize large numbers of them before they even get here. You can see, like, yeah, we've got about 70 or 80 of them already immobilized. So this should be no problem either. Well, hold on. MJ-12 under attack from what? There's only one anything here. Oh. So this is where the Mark III Starship decided to haul itself off to. Whoa. And let's see. It's at 10%, but there's no other shots active. But we just barely survived that in here. And so I'm going to take this as my sort of signal to move up to the Mark III grav turrets. Because we have the energy, or we have the knowledge to do it. And we also are maxed out on energy. So it's definitely a good time to do some of those upgrades. So after some pondering a bit, I have figured out my next move. We are going to hit Quayar next. Why there? Well, a number of reasons. We've got an E-secondary core shield generator, and we got to take one of those anyway. It's got better resources than Yavin at the 5 metal. There's no ion cannons to deal with. It's not next to anything particularly scary that we're going to tick off. There is a fortress in there, but we know how to handle those. Mark II, it's not too bad. It's a very easily defendable system. We've got Mark II Vesta, Mark III Endor nearby. May eventually want to hack in Vesta to get the Mark V spiders, so that's an option down the road. And it also gets us closer to some things for scouting out. Now, I did put up a couple of matter converters here in Melpomene to fuel this operation. And if we look at what we have in here, you can see I have 2 assault transports, and I'm only 1 ship short of filling them up. 399 out of 400. That's pretty close. Now, they're pretty beat up after this journey to get in here, But I'm going to try to escape off to the side of the system and get some things done. Vorticular cutlasses in here are going to be particularly fun, so I'm going to have to be quick about it. Let's move over here, I think. There we go. And I've got all of my fleet ships are in here, and then also I was able to build most of the starships thanks to those matter converters. And then we should be able to knock out these incoming ships pretty easily. Oh, what's shooting at me from way over here? Oh, that's missile guard post. Hold on. Yeah. So maybe that wasn't the best dumping off place. Okay, so I've grouped up all of my combat ships together, plus the scouts and the tigers. You know what? I don't want you. You go back in the assault transport, where you're going to do a couple things. One, you're going to defend this whole area. Let's activate those, because that one's got the colony ship in it. I don't want that to be defended. So I think I'll use those together, and then we'll just send the rest of this group out and smash things. Let's just go straight after that missile guard post fast as we can. Whoop, no, come back. Keep forgetting I gotta keep everything together with the scouts. Must. That may complicate things, but I don't want to get blown up by snipers, which is the other alternative. Okay, there's that guard post. I don't want to get too close to the fortress just yet. Let's go hopping around, I think. Special Forces, Command Station Shield, MLRS. I think I just want to go around and smash all of those things. There's another MLRS. So I probably want to be careful what I take in range of those. Pop around and hit the barracks. I just sort of want to clean everything else out before I go after the fortress here. Now I do want to try to be reasonably efficient at this. Because they are, of course, they're always going to get reinforcements over time. They're also hitting us long range with some Sentinel frigate stubs, and that's not a whole lot of fun. So I've separated out my anti-MLRS group, which basically means no fighters. And let's work on getting down in here. Yep, there comes another shot in from their frigates. But that is now gone. And over here looks like we're going to have a Spider Guardian come out to meet us. Did have a Spider Guardian come out to meet us. There we go. Regeneration Chamber, MLRS. Let's clean up this mess. Bingo. Of course, we're getting a few ships added every now and then because of the Leech starships. We also have more coming in here. Let's group everybody up again. Oh my! Hello! I was hoping they wouldn't come in here. I noticed that these had spawned, and so we're all dead. And we're leaving. AI has generated a couple of hunter-killers. And I don't know why or where they came from. But at this point, it doesn't really matter, does it? Like, I noticed that they were in another system, but I didn't think they were going to be floating around as part of the Special Forces. That's insane. And the thing is, I know that, like, the Hunter-Killer factory core post is a thing. We haven't gotten close to a core system. Can I deal with this other than getting armored warheads? And I'm not sure that I can. Alright, let's get our transports back in here. I've got to try to get out of here without losing everything, and I don't think I'm going to be able to. So I mean, we're trying to hit them, but these things have a million health. Like, there's no way we're going to be able to take them down. Okay. Everybody get in the transports. See if we can escape with anything. So yeah, what do I do here? I mean, how do I handle hunter-killers? I'm going to have to try to sort that out, But first off, I've got a big reprisal to deal with. Okay, and here it comes. 800 and some ships. Oh boy, a bunch of gravity rippers. We've got iBots. We've got infiltrators. We've got mini-rams. We've got lots of sentinel frigates. This is the reprisal. Please be nice. So of course I'm grouping up all my ships right here. And they've smashed, sentinel frigates smashed all my resourcing. I don't care about that. Don't really care about the gravity rippers. We do have our Mark III grav turrets up in here. But the sentinel frigates could be a serious issue. Bombarding from long range. And let's see, we're down to about 500 ships. We're probably going to be okay here. But this is decidedly unpleasant. Oh, never mind, you're home. No. Their target, no. No. Get out there and destroy them. Yes, I know it is. I'm trying to kill the things that are taking it out. And gradually we're doing so. Yeah, these are vulnerable now almost. Okay, I think we did this. But yeah, but that sucked. That really sucked. Gather everybody else, rebuild, all of that fun stuff. But we have ourselves a couple of various serious problems here. Obviously, one is the sentinel frigates being able to come in and bombard. They're really good at knocking out fortifications. So that's going to be difficult to defend against. That's one. Two is dealing with those hunter killers, which I think are still there. Yep. And the thing is, now I could take these out with armored warheads. Probably end up doing that. But the main thing I need to know is why are they generating more? And I have no idea why they're generating more. There's only so many warheads I'm going to want to use. So I'm going to have to ponder those things between now and the next session. Okay. Because I'm thinking, not implosion artillery, like I could use the rams, which if they were able to get there, yeah, 400k attack, those things are only 1 million. If I could distract them with other things, smash rams into them, so maybe take out some of my standard starships and use that. Not so much the shield bearer. I mean, the shield tower would also, the siege tower rather, could also be kind of nice. The other option I was thinking about was the martyr. Where is the martyr? Or also like the penetrator would also be an option. But the martyr, of course, doesn't have the AI progress when you blow up. But yeah, it's like the Mark II, 100k max explosion damage per unit. It's better at taking out a bunch of small things. That's not really what I want. Let me see where I have to get the penetrator. There we go. Can't hit most smaller fleet ships. Has to be manually targeted to fire. Does astronomical damage. And then uncloaked and unable to fire for the next half hour. But this one says 140k damage. That's a lot, but it's not. So yeah, I think I need to distract those with other ships and then hit them with the rams. I think that's my best option for dealing with these. I'm still really annoyed that they are a thing, but I think you know, for dealing with the hunter killers, the best option I have. So anyway, we'll be looking into that stuff next time. Till then, thanks for watching. We'll see how it goes, but more AI War will be continuing.